Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on role play, starring Kaylee Kuuko. I never know how to pronounce that name. I can't pronounce any names. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 13. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. It's another Hitman movie. Look, I like John Wick. The first movie's great. But all the spin-offs, it's just, this is what happened with Die Hard. It's what happened with The X-Files and a bunch of other hits. It's suddenly like, oh, pitch me your movie. Well, what are you looking for? Oh, we're looking for Hitman movie. We're looking for psychological thrillers. One for a few years. We're looking for Hitman movies or Hit Woman movies. In this one, husband discovers his wife is an international assassin. Yeah, like we did all the movies where the wife discovers the husband. Now we're doing the other way. I mean, it looks fine. Kaylee is fine in it. David, never pronounce that last name. Oyelowo. That's a tough one. He looks fine. Written by Seth Owen. Directed by Thomas Vincent. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And what's his face? I can't think of his name. He's a good actor. He's the bad guy. So, it's cast well. It looks well produced. But will there be a surprise in this movie at all for anybody? I don't know, man. I don't think so. Not unless she has to kill her husband at the end of the movie. That would be a surprise. But, it's a light comedy. Oh, no, I'm a good person. I don't kill people anymore. I did. I killed people for years. I killed a lot of people. Now I'm a good person. Now I have a family. I want to protect them. It's the same damn movie. It's like any movie or book about a hitman. Oh, we got to green light that. Until this is just going to be very much over this trend. I kind of can't wait at this point. It's too much. It's overloaded. And that's not to say this looks bad. It looks fine. It looks like it'll be watchable. Mostly. First act. Oh, she's a hot mom and very boring life on its surface. By the way, one of my favorite versions of this is The Long Kiss Goodnight. Shane Black. Gina Davis. You kind of can't beat that one for me. There's a few others. But, she's boring. And then one night, her and her husband want to do a little role playing and spice things up in the bedroom. So, they agree to meet in a bar. But, what's his face shows up. The guy from the vampire movie and the Shaun of the Dead movies. I can't think of the actor's name. He's good. He shows up. He's the bad guy. Kind of interrupts the whole thing. And then tries to kill Kaylee. She gets away. And we're off and running. The big twist here is he is going to go to help her. I'm not sure where she is. And then tries to help her kill all the bad guys. Which, he's going to be the comic relief. And again, that's fine. I have no problem with it. Except, how many more of these movies are you going to make and put out at the same time? I just yesterday looked at Fast Charlie. Now, Fast Charlie looks really good. That at least is based on a book. It could be that they angled it more towards the sort of subgenre of the Hitman with a Heart of Gold. And at least in that, it's not like wacky comedy. Look, I like wacky comedies. I like comedy action. But kind of tapped out on this. Especially right now. Maybe if you set it aside for a few years, you could come back to it. But my God, at least bring something new to the table. There doesn't look to be anything new here. Second act, they're on the run, trying to kill her. She's killing everybody. He shows up to help her. Third act, she wins because it's a comedy. I mean, again, the surprise would be, oh, she had to kill him. Well, that was a downer, but I didn't see that coming. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. Or that she dies, saving her family. That would be different. But again, that's not going to happen either. This is a light, fun movie. Bob Odenkirk just did one called Nobody, which I still haven't seen, but it's on my list. I hear that one's good. I mean, this looks fine, but that's all it looks like. It looks like it would be, by the numbers, okay, yeah, okay. She can kill people. She's just like an amazing killer. And totally unstoppable killing machine. But deep down, she's a really nice person. Oh, man, she's killed a bunch of people. The whole point of being a hitman, which is an extremely rare thing in the organized crime world. I mean, they exist, kinda, but they're very criminal, extremely criminal, and they have to be part of extremely large organizations. The idea that, oh, you got these freelance hitmen, they're everywhere. No. No, because immediately, if a freelancer, that got paid money to, I don't know, kill some dude for $100K, let's say, right? Real fancy guy. Kills some, I don't know, criminal, some drug kingpin. The entire organization would be turned on him to get him. So who would protect him? He would have to work for another criminal organization to have any kind of protection, right? And the whole idea of government assassins, I'm sure a few of them exist, but again, it's like, they don't become supermen just because they've killed a few people. In fact, I would think the experience would eventually start to break you down. Oh, David Fassbender's going to be in one by not David, Fassbender from David Fincher, The Killer. That's another one. That one looks like at least the killer's impacted by all his killing. So, it's just kind of running up against all these other movies that are out at the same time. Like, if you had done this movie 10 years ago, it would have been like, oh, this looks fun. This is different. Now? And it's not that Kaylee's bad. She's pretty good in action-adventure roles, but you need a new twist here. You need a much different twist. The whole thing that, Nobody. Exact same thing. I'm sure there's a couple other I'm forgetting just recently. I'm sure this is going to trickle down to the rom-coms, because it's become such a trope to do this. This is also why they shouldn't do any more John Wick sequels or The Continental. It's like too much. I like crime stuff, but the focus on Hitman has distorted the genre in a way that makes it super unrealistic now. But in a comedy, you can get away with it. If this thing is funny, it looks okay. But if it's funny, if it's super hilarious, well, it'll do okay. Because people like comedies. And this is being billed as a romance comedy. So, anyhow, role play coming from Prime. Doesn't appear to be woke. So there's that. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more Bays takes. If you can find a more Bays take, I say take it. This Saturday, tomorrow, I will be at the Jersey Shore Vintage Show in Whiting, New Jersey from 10 to 4. Then on Sunday, I'll be at Lucille's Country Cookin' in Warren, New Jersey from 10 to 2. And I just added more dates. The link is below for my book tour. I'm always on tour. I barely have time to write these things. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.